Are you ready to go deep? Welcome to the Whole Being Zone. Discussions on the day-to-day ways we strive to play big and be whole. Welcome to the Whole Being Zone. This is Wendy Reese, your host, and this is episode 122. And today it is a short and sweet solo show about living yoga off the mat. Tony Robbins recently said in an interview that I heard him in that we only have two states that we live in, a beautiful state and a suffering state. That's it, two states. And think about this for just a second. In your own world, what would you categorize right now? And you can press pause and think about this. And I really invite you to spend a moment thinking about it. What would you categorize as beautiful? Even better, what if you could make a list right now? What all would you put on there? A lot of times people say this is your gratitude list. What are you grateful for? But I'd say, look at it as all of the things that are working, all of the things that are beautiful, all of the things that you're grateful for, all of the things that are even better than you could have imagined. And then, what's not working? Who are the people in your life that you don't get along with, that trigger you, that frustrate you? Maybe you don't even know them. I mean, we are in a presidential election cycle right now, and there's plenty of polarity happening. Maybe it's in your work, maybe it's in your health, maybe it's even within your own mindset, the critical voice in your head. Maybe it's with money, maybe it's where you're living. There's so many different areas that you could dive into to look at what's creating suffering for you. If it's not beautiful, like Mr. Robbins said, it is suffering. So, what do you do to shift from that suffering state to the beautiful state? I don't think it is as simple as just being grateful for stuff, although I think that helps open up the channel of energy and allow a flow of the type of energy that you want into your life. I think we have to do a little bit of introspection and a little bit of mindset shift. With the introspection, if you took, for example, let's say that you have someone in your life that you find annoying. What are all of the stories that you tell about this person? Ugh, they're so annoying. They're such a drain on my energy. They just expect everything. It's all about them. They think that they have it so much better or so much worse than everybody else. It's narcissistic. Just go off. Tell all of the stories, whether they're in your head or the things you say to other people about this person. And then think about for a second how being around this person makes you feel. Are you angry, frustrated, drained? How do you feel? Now, what if you flipped all of that? Upside down, reverse it, change it just a little bit. And so instead of saying, oh, they're so annoying, what if you say, they're not really annoying? Or what if you say, I'm so annoying? Or what if you say, they're so amusing? And you just change one word maybe in that whole sentence and see how much it changes everything. And how do you want to feel? If you feel angry, frustrated, or drained, what would be the way that you would prefer to feel? Free, compassionate, loving, joyful? So pause for just a second. Really take a couple deep breaths and just check in. How do you feel right now just thinking about this? All right, we're going to flip it again. What if the person wasn't annoying? What would be different? So, what if that person wasn't really annoying, but they just weren't very effective or efficient at meeting their needs? And what if really at the core, all they really wanted was to be accepted and safe and loved, but they felt like they've had to fight their whole life to get that. And so they've created some patterns and some habits to at least get attention, even if it's not exactly the way they want it. Does that change the way that you look at them? And what does their behavior reflect about what's within you? So maybe there's something within you that comes alive based on their behavior, some fear, some reality that's in there. And if you could see them as not annoying, if you could see them as just a human that's hurting, what would really change? How would you relate to that person? How would you relate to yourself? And what would it take for you to expand that desired feeling that you identified earlier with this person? What would it take for you to feel more compassionate, more loving, more peaceful? Maybe you have a conversation with the person. You get to know them a little bit better. Or maybe you do your own work on yourself and you're not as bothered by their behavior. This is not necessarily easy work, especially when we look at people whose behavior is really pretty horrifying. And I think that we've had far too many examples of this lately. How do we look at somebody that it's almost shocking to us to hear the words that come out of their mouth or the actions that they take and make peace with that? What our experience is when we feel that shock and that horror and that anger that comes up is a contraction. It's not an expansive state. And any time that we are contracting, we are suffering. You can't necessarily control how you feel in the exact moment. But what if you gave yourself 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 90 seconds to really feel it? Ooh, I feel angry. I feel shocked. I feel outraged by what that person just said or did. Okay, I'm going to be here with this anger. What is this anger about? Is this something else? Is this reflective of something that's happened in my past that I've never been able to make peace with? Maybe it's just, I know at my core, this isn't how we treat each other. And I'm not okay with that. And at the end of that time period, however much time you give yourself to feel that, then you have to make a choice. Do I want to keep feeling that? Or do I want to move forward in a more effective and efficient way that is more expansive? And if I do want that, what do I need to do to expand out? What needs to shift, either within me or between the two people, if it's a relationship? Maybe you don't even know the person. Maybe it's a total stranger and you hear something that they said on the news or on Twitter or on Facebook. Do you have to confront them? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's in your own work that you shift something. That's it. That's where I'm going to leave you today. When you do this work, I invite you to start with something simple and work your way to the larger things, because certainly this is a lot harder to do the deeper the pain is. And so when you start small and you think big and you act now, you can make some pretty big strides pretty quick. And the more comfortable you get with the process, the easier it becomes with the more challenging things. So let me know what you think. I'm a little curious. And I want to tell you about a new free series that I have. It's 7 days, an email a day, and it's called Living Yoga Off the Mat. And each day is just something simple and applicable that you can do on your own to be able to be stronger, more balanced, more peaceful in your daily life. You can check it out at wholebeinginc.com/living yoga. Infinite love and gratitude. Until next time, be whole. And today's episode is brought to you by the 2017 Desire Map Planner. These things sell out before October and they don't even ship till November. That is how popular they are. I have been using mine since the beginning of the year, and I use it every morning to really anchor in how I want to feel for the day, focus on 3 things that I'm going to work on for the day, what I want to change in my life, what I am grateful for. It helps me hold accountability for the self-care that I'm committed to doing. I absolutely love it. It has really, really given me a handle on being disciplined about my self-care. So you can check it out at www.wholebeinginc.com/desire map, and that's all one word. The link will also be in the show note.